Chapter 1. The Whispers of Elderwood. In the heart of the ancient Elderwood forest, where the trees whispered secrets and the moonlight barely pierced the thick canopy, there was a small, secluded village named Thornhollow. The villagers lived simple lives, tending to their crops and livestock, always wary of the dense woods surrounding them. Elderwood had a reputation. You see, a reputation for being home to the mysterious and the unknown. Generations had passed down tales of a mystical being that roamed the forest, a guardian of sorts, known only as the Keeper. The Keeper was said to be a figure of immense power and wisdom, but shrouded in secrecy. Those who ventured too far into the forest rarely returned, and if they did, they spoke of strange encounters and eerie sounds, their eyes wide with fear. Lydia, a young woman with an insatiable curiosity, had grown up hearing these tales. Her grandmother, the village's oldest resident, would often recount stories of the Keeper, her voice trembling with a mix of awe and trepidation. Lydia's heart raced with each story, her imagination painting vivid pictures of the enigmatic being. Unlike the other villagers, Lydia felt a pull toward the forest, a yearning to uncover the truth. Chapter 2. Into the Unknown. One crisp autumn morning, as the village prepared for the annual harvest festival, Lydia decided it was time to follow her heart. She packed a small satchel with provisions, a lantern, and her grandmother's old map of Elderwood, a map filled with cryptic symbols and annotations. With a deep breath, she ventured into the forest, leaving behind the familiar sounds of Thornhollow. The deeper Lydia went, the more the forest seemed to come alive. The trees, ancient and gnarled, seemed to watch her every move. Strange creatures flitted through the underbrush, and the air was thick with the scent of moss and damp earth. As night fell, she set up camp near a small clearing, the full moon casting an ethereal glow on the surroundings. Lydia's sleep was restless, filled with dreams of shadowy figures and whispering voices. She awoke to the sound of rustling leaves and the feeling of being watched. Heart pounding, she grasped her lantern and peered into the darkness. There, at the edge of the clearing, stood a figure unlike anything she had ever seen. Chapter 3. The Keeper Revealed. The figure was tall and slender, cloaked in a flowing robe that seemed to blend with the forest shadows. Its face was obscured by a hood, but glowing eyes peered out, locking onto Lydia's. She felt a strange sense of calm wash over her, as if the forest itself was urging her to approach. "Who are you?" Lydia's voice was barely a whisper, her curiosity overpowering her fear. "I am the Keeper," the figure replied, its voice melodic and soothing. "You have come seeking answers, have you not?" Lydia nodded, unable to tear her gaze away from the mesmerizing figure. "I've heard stories about you all my life. I needed to know if they were true." The Keeper extended a hand, and Lydia felt an invisible force guide her forward. "Come with me, child. There is much to learn, and the forest has many secrets to reveal." Chapter 4. Secrets of the Forest. As Lydia followed the Keeper through the forest, she marveled at the beauty and mystery surrounding her. They passed through groves of ancient trees, their bark etched with runes, and crossed crystal-clear streams that sparkled with hidden light. The forest seemed to respond to the Keeper's presence, parting and shifting to create a clear path. Finally, they arrived at a secluded glade where a massive, gnarled tree stood at the center. Its roots twisted and intertwined, creating a natural archway. The Keeper gestured for Lydia to enter, and she hesitated only for a moment before stepping inside. Within the tree, Lydia found herself in a vast underground chamber filled with glowing crystals and intricate carvings. The air was cool and fragrant, and a sense of peace enveloped her. The keeper gestured to a large stone table in the center of the chamber, covered with ancient texts and artifacts. "This is the heart of Elderwood," the keeper explained. "A place of knowledge and power, protected by the forest and its guardians. For centuries, I have watched over this place, ensuring that its secrets remain hidden from those who would misuse them." Chapter 5. The Prophecy. Lydia's eyes widened as she took in the sight before her. "But why have you brought me here?" The keeper's eyes glowed brighter, and a sense of anticipation filled the air. "You are not like the others, Lydia. You possess a rare gift and innate connection to the forest. There is a prophecy, passed down through generations, that speaks of a time when the balance of Elderwood would be threatened, a time when a chosen one would rise to protect it." Lydia's heart raced. "Are you saying that I'm the chosen one?" The keeper nodded. "Yes, Lydia. The forest has chosen you. You have the potential to become its guardian, to wield its power and protect its secrets. But first, you must undergo a series of trials to prove your worth." Chapter 6. The trials begin. Over the next several weeks, Lydia immersed herself in the knowledge and teachings of the keeper. She learned to harness the energy of the forest, to communicate with its inhabitants, and to read the ancient runes that adorned the trees. Each day brought new challenges and discoveries, and Lydia felt herself growing stronger and more attuned to the forest's rhythms. The first trial tested her courage. Lydia was sent deep into the heart of the forest, where a dark and treacherous swamp awaited. There, she faced her deepest fears, battling creatures of shadow and confronting her own doubts. Through sheer determination and the guidance of the keeper, she emerged victorious, her spirit unbroken. The second trial tested her wisdom. Lydia was presented with a series of riddles and puzzles, each more complex than the last. She spent countless hours deciphering ancient texts and seeking hidden clues. With patience and perseverance, she solved each challenge, earning the respect of the keeper and the forest itself. The third and final trial tested her compassion. Lydia was tasked with healing a wounded creature, a majestic stag that had been injured by a poacher's trap. She used her newfound knowledge of herbal medicine and her connection to the forest to tend to the stag's wounds, earning its trust and gratitude. In doing so, she proved her ability to protect and nurture the creatures of Elderwood. Chapter 7. The Guardian of Elderwood. With the trials complete, Lydia stood before the keeper once more. "You have proven yourself worthy, Lydia," the keeper said, a note of pride in its voice. "The forest has accepted you as its guardian. From this day forward, you will be known as the Keeper of Elderwood." A sense of fulfillment washed over Lydia as she accepted her new role. She felt a deep connection to the forest and its inhabitants, a bond that could never be broken. As the keeper placed a hand on her shoulder, Lydia felt a surge of energy course through her, filling her with the power and wisdom of the forest. Over time, Lydia became a legend in her own right. The villagers of Thornhollow spoke of her with reverence, and the forest flourished under her care. She guided those who sought knowledge and protected Elderwood from those who would harm it. And as the years passed, the stories of the keeper continued to be passed down through generations, ensuring that the legacy of Elderwood would never be forgotten. Chapter 8. A New Beginning. One day, many years later, Lydia stood at the edge of the forest, watching as a young girl from Thornhollow approached. The girl had a look of determination in her eyes, much like Lydia had so many years before. Lydia smiled, knowing that the cycle was beginning anew. "Welcome to Elderwood," Lydia said, her voice filled with warmth. There is much to learn, and the forest has many secrets to reveal. As she led the girl into the depths of the forest, Lydia felt a sense of peace. The legacy of the Keeper would continue, and the magic of Elderwood would endure for generations to come.